Let me hear your war cry.
Hey everybody, welcome to Ramen Beer. I'm Jason, and today we're going to talk a little bit about our storage situation. So, what we generally have for our storage is 3 totes. So we've got our miscellaneous camp item tote, we've got one dedicated to food, and one dedicated to kitchen. So real quick, we just want to go through and show you guys what we kind of pack up, how we pack it up, and maybe this will help you guys figure out how you can stay organized. Because I don't know, have you ever been with that guy, or are you that guy who's got like all of his camp stuff just like scattered everywhere and can't find anything because he throws it here and there? Yeah, I've been there. So this is much easier. Everything has a place, and everything is in its place. So when we look inside tote number 1. All right, so our miscellaneous camp tote. We keep our stove in here because it doesn't fit in with our kitchen stuff, and you'll see why in a little bit. But what's nice about what I did with this setup, I actually just revamped this year. This is the 2021 setup we got going on. A little different than we had last year. So I revamped this a little bit. So one of the problems I was having was the stove ended up being on the bottom, or I was stacking the stove on top of a bunch of propane bottles or whatever else. So in order to avoid that, I actually found this little bin that I had laying around the house we were using for something else, and repurposed it for in here. So it's the perfect height that I can store some stuff inside of here and keep the stove stacked on top of it. So what do I have in here, you say? So I've actually got our propane bottles. I've got 4 of these in here. It's still early in the season. We don't know how cold it's gonna get, so we brought our propane heater as well, just in case. So, but 4 of these fit in here. I also have a backpacking stove setup that I keep in the truck. I've got some extra propane bottles for those too, extra gas bottles for those. And then our little Coleman lantern. So we're all set up. That's just what I keep inside of here, so everything's just out of the way. And the stove could sit right on top of that. Then wedged behind there, I've got a tarp back here. I think it's a 6x8 tarp, so nothing too big, but you never know when you need a tarp. Wedged behind there, a little bit of fire starter. So, little pro tip: if you go to the grocery store during camping season, they ask you paper or plastic, grab yourself some paper, shove it anywhere, and you got a fire starter. Wedged back behind here, we also have our cast iron pie irons. It's a double pie iron thing. Really fun to cook with that on the fire. So that wedges back here real nicely. Stays out of the way, keeps from rattling around. On the side here, we are able to fit our Rei Camp Chairs. So these things are awesome. They're tiny, they fold up small, they wedge right in there just beautifully. So it's nice to have those tucked away in a safe spot. We also have our hammock, or 2 hammocks. So keep those in there as well. Love to lay back when you find some trees, kick back in the shade or the sun and relax for a little bit. We keep our trash bags in here as well. Gotta have them. Pick up yours and everybody else's trash that they left behind, because that happens, unfortunately. Then I've got this little bag here. This little bag is kind of funny, actually. My parents, back in probably the mid 80s, bought this luggage set, and it was some kind of funky luggage, like, I don't know, folded down. It wasn't like real luggage. It was all this thin, weird material with I don't know. It was weird, but it had this bag on it with a little C for our last name, Kramer. Had this little bag in that setup, and it's been around with me ever since. So this thing is like 30 years old. It's kind of crazy that it's still around and now serving a real purpose. So inside here, we kind of keep our sunscreens, bug spray. We've got some baby wipes, as well as the shower pouch. Gotta love shower pouch. These things are awesome. So if you haven't checked them out, definitely check them out. This is a 2 foot by 1 foot body wipe, man wipe. This thing is huge, and this has saved us on our massive 17 night adventure. So a little extra toilet paper in here. We got this little daisy chain sling thing that we can hang up with some carabiners so we can hang stuff up. And then we've got this little miscellaneous Ziploc. Got a couple ponchos in here, couple of wet wipes, some matches, some fire starter sticks, lighter. So just some random stuff that you just might need. And that concludes tote number 1, our miscellaneous camp tote. All right, so tote number 2 is our food tote. So gotta eat. So, you know, what are you cooking for camp? Just throw it in here, right? That's it. Okay, done. Now, some random stuff that we do try and keep in here at all times. We keep a couple of these backpack meals in here. If you can show up to camp late, throw some hot water in there and you got something to eat at least. So, you know, something simple like that. We also always keep Cliff bars, granola bars, nut bars, whatever, you know, quick snacky stuff, some sports energy stuff, or if we actually try and get hardcore on our mountain bikes. Try it being the key word for me. But yeah, it's just something we kind of keep in there at all times. We are planning on chili night, so we got our canned goods for that. One of my favorite staples at camp are Dot's pretzels. These things just are amazing, and it just wouldn't be camp without them. So if I can find them, I try and keep them and keep a bag in here at all times. We got some chips. It's also to snack on, so we brought our bag of chips. Something else that we try and just keep in here at all times: ramen. Super easy, delicious, not nutritious, but something simple. Another just add water. Also something like mac and cheese, the deluxe version, or the Velveeta shells and cheese. These are awesome because they have that totally not real cheese packets of the sauce cheese, so you don't need milk and butter or anything to make these up. Super handy. We had some friends that came camping with us with their daughter, and she was craving some macaroni and they forgot to pack that, so this came in really handy for her. So Aspen, we got your back. Oil, I like to pack like an avocado oil or like a peanut oil, something that's high temp, because we generally cook with cast iron, and sometimes the temps get a little out of control. So to combat that, we try and keep a high temp oil. So avocado is great because it's tasteless and high temp, so that's pretty awesome. We've got this little bag here that we keep our onions and garlic in there so that they don't shed their skins all over inside the tote. Now, I just freshly cleaned it for the season. We're gonna try and keep it clean. We have our spice bag. So we keep the staples in here. The most important staple for camping is your fresh ground black pepper, or just black pepper in general. Not only does this add amazing flavor to your meals, but when you're cooking outside, maybe you get a little ash in your food. Maybe you get a little bug in your food. Maybe you can't tell because it looks like black pepper. Camouflage that. You won't even think twice about it, about what you're eating. You just regular old kosher salt, and we keep some of our special camp salt in here also, little all-round seasoning. Then depending on what you're making, we throw some random stuff in here. These were just left in here from last year, so we got some hamburger seasoning or Montreal steak. So yeah, depending on what we were planning on cooking, we might change something out inside here just to plan for it, but that's generally what's in our little spice kit here. Then our camp hack for this tote is this little bag here. This bag here holds condiments. So when you go to the fast food joint, or say like this one, Jimmy John's, ask for mayo packets, mustard packets. These things, that you don't have to keep them refrigerated, and they don't take up any room. So this is way better than grabbing that bottle and throwing it in the cooler. You can probably get yourself a smaller cooler because you're not packing mustard and ketchup and hot sauce. You got this one full of hot sauces and Chick-fil-A sauces, honey roasted barbecue sauce, Taco Bell sauce, you know, just wherever you go, just ask for some extra sauces or grab some if they have the condiments. There's our mustard packs, all different kinds, spicy mustard, regular, jellies, honey, yeah, all your sweet sauces. What else we got in here? Chili mix, that's going in our chili tonight. We'll get that going here pretty soon. We got a little yeast. Yeah, some instant yeast, some crushed red peppers from Domino's, Parmesan cheese in here. So, you know, it's just all those little packet stuff that really saves a lot of space when you can just bring these instead of your bottles. So all our ketchup and some teas and coffee. So something, if you ever go to the hotel, you get those, they have those coffee, I don't know, pods or whatever that they, if you take those, you could just steep that in a cup of hot water and make yourself some coffee that way, so you don't even need to make fresh coffee, which we do anyway. But good emergency stuff to have. And then I think we just got some plastic silverware in here for random stuff. In case we need to pull out something to eat, we got a little bit of silverware in there. Maybe, you know, spread some jam on some toast or something without having to pull out the kitchen tote. So that's about what we got going on in here. Let's move on to tote number 3. All right, so tote number 3 is pretty much all of our kitchen stuff. Now, we really like to cook at camp, so our kitchen stuff probably has more in it than what the average camper might actually like to have, but really it all fits really nicely in here, so we don't compromise on anything, and we can cook about anything we really want to. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty well organized, I feel like. I went through it this year and really didn't change much in it, so everything was looking good from last year, so apparently we had it fairly well dialed in. So right here up on top, you got some cleaning wipes. It's like liquid gold these days, isn't it? Well, sometimes you just got to have a nice bottle of whiskey. So Salt Flats up in Salt Lake City, it's pretty decent, so you should give it a shot. Yeti Mugs, so we got a couple of those for coffees in the morning. I don't know what it is about camping, but you know, you can have those Contigos or fancy like fully sealed mugs, but for some reason when I'm out camping, I really just want like a traditional style camping mug. I don't know, I like the side handle. It's not like you can get warm holding it because it's a Yeti, it's insulated, so I don't get it. But I don't know what it is about it, but it's just better. It's just better for me. So we got a couple of those. We do have a third mug in here in case we have company at any point who doesn't have a mug, so keep that in there just in case. A roll of paper towels because, well, you got to keep it clean. That's important. This little bag here, so inside here we keep some dish towels, some plastic silverware. long spoons, which are great for those backpacking meals, so you can get down to the bottom. The bag of bags, the baggie of baggies. So got a gallon Ziploc bag with some gallon bags in it, some regular sandwich bags. There's actually some bagel bags from Einstein Bagels, so they're pretty convenient to throw some stuff in. Got some black latex gloves in here too, in case you're dealing with some chicken or something and don't want to, bother getting your hands dirty or, messy foods. Throw some latex gloves in your kit. Koozies, got to keep your beverages cold or your hands warm, depending on what time of year you're out and about enjoying a ice cold beverage. Some dish soap, some sanitizer, a bandana, never open, but bandanas are just good to have around. They make pot holders or headbands or, everything a bandana can do. Search for it. You can find all sorts of stuff in there. Extra lighter. Gotta, kind of keep these things everywhere, along with our long lighter for lighting stuff. So that's what's going on in that bag right there. So moving on, this tote, I picked it up and it had, all this big foam cutout stuff inside of it. So when I took all that stuff out, it had this divider wall in here too. I left the divider wall in there, which makes it really handy for keeping your plates. So we keep 2 like real plates in case you're eating something soft and soggy and mushy, and then we have a stack of paper plates because, hey, you're camping. It's real easy to just throw it away rather than have to wash it. So we have spatula and large spoon. We'll use that for our chili this evening. A couple skewers. You want to throw some veggies on a skewer or something. It's nice to have those in here as well. We have a old school aluminum pot. This pot was in, I bought a camper back in 2010, 2011, something like that. And this was in there already. It was already old, so who knows? I don't know how old this is, but it feels like it's really old. But it's really nice just to throw some water in there, toss this on the edge of the fire, and warm up some water that way. Inside here we keep our bowls. So we have a couple good chili bowls here, and this cool little backpacking bowl to just keep in there. Aluminum foil. Always buy the heavy duty if you can, because, well, you're camping. You need heavy duty stuff when you camp. Cutting board. Always good to have a good cutting board with you. Got a nice flat skillet, little crepe pan. Great for frying some eggs or some pancakes or something on there. It's stainless steel, so I'll throw a little oil on there and cook that right up on the fire. Careful with the handle, it's wood. We keep our Dutch oven and our skillet. Here's a hack that I'm sure you all know, and I just didn't at the time, but I have a Dutch oven that we're gonna use for our chili tonight. One thing I didn't realize, that I have the same size skillet. The skillet actually nests inside the Dutch oven, and then the lid can go in there. So, little hack for you if you need to try and save some space. We used to put this skillet in the bottom underneath this pot, and so you got to take all this stuff out just to get to the skillet, which you use all the time. So I was trying to find a way that, the stuff you use most often, you really want that on top or easy access. So that helped there. These chain cleaners for your cast iron, really handy, cheap. You can pick one of these up at your local outdoor store for inexpensive, and they make cleaning up cast iron so much easier. So we'll keep one of those in here too. So then, yeah, the lid is universal for either the skillet or the Dutch oven. So nice to have kind of an all-in-one kit. So then we also have this Primus grill that goes inside or in your fire pit, which is pretty nice. Little grill grate with some legs that fold out. So this thing is really cool. This thing comes in handy. Obviously, it's been used a lot. So and then our camp hack for this tote is you see these kind of things sell for, I don't even know, like 80 bucks, 100 bucks, $400. I don't know. People are crazy trying to sell this kind of stuff. So this is all of our silverware. This little case thing, I don't even know. I picked it up from my old job. It probably held like 4 different tools, like pliers or something, wire cutters and stuff like that. So I cleaned it up, and we use this for all of our silverware. You get yourself a nice size clip, and you could really just hang this up somewhere, anywhere really, and clip it out of the way so you've got all your kitchen stuff, you got all your utensils up here. So, you know, gotta have a can opener. You always got canned goods with us. A couple spoons, a couple knives, a larger spoon, pocket knife, good old wood spoon, a pair of scissors. Somebody might bring a bottle of wine or something, so we got our wine opener in here. Pull a cork on a nice well-aged beer. It's good to have that handy. Whisk, we're big egg fans in the mornings, so good to have a whisk. And our little chef knife. So pretty nice little setup that we did for that to keep everything handy and close. So there you have it. That's the kitchen tote. That's actually, yeah. All right, so there you have it, folks. Our 3 main systems of hauling most of our gear. So hope you find this helpful. If you noticed, we have a bunch of stickers. Little side note here. We've got a bunch of stickers all over these totes. They're actually fairly strategic. Kind of the gear and stuff that we use and have put on the truck or in the truck, that kind of goes on the food tote. Random miscellaneous stickers if we pick up something on one of our trips, that goes on our kitchen tote, or just random stickers that we find. And this tote contains all of our sticker swap stickers. So if you have a sticker and you want one of our stickers and you want to be on one of our totes, definitely reach out to us on Instagram at RoamBearded and send me a DM, and we'll coordinate how to do a little sticker swap with you. Add yours to the gear box too. So there you have it. Appreciate everybody tuning in here, and like I said, follow us on Instagram at RoamBearded. We're on Facebook, RoamBearded LLC, and of course right here on YouTube, RoamBearded. Hit that like button. Throw me on a comment if you see something in here you like or don't like. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't like this. Whatever. Like, it's a free country, so do what you want. Hit that subscription button if you know that unorganized person in your camp life. Share this with them. Maybe we'll give them some ideas on how to be a little more organized. So, all right, everybody. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you next time right here on RoamBearded.